Hi, it's Mohammed Abbasi at the Edgbaston cricket ground at the Ahwed reception. Also, this will give me an opportunity to talk about Sun Tzu again and cricket, the art of strategy on the pitch. Where do we start? Well, cricket. Cricket is about a bat and a ball. Cricket is a gentleman's game. It's a battle of patience. It's a war of centimeters and inches. It's a contest of minds. Think of Sun Tzu, the general, the strategist, the master of the art of war. Are these two worlds apart? No, because when you strip them down, cricket and war are the same. Both are fought with strategy. Both are decided by deception. Both demand patience. They demand courage. They demand leadership. So let us step on to the pitch, not as cricketers, not as spectators, but as warriors guided by the wisdom of Sun Tzu. The first thing we need to understand is the quote by Sun Tzu, knowing your enemy. Sun Tzu said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. In cricket, this is the first law. You study your opponent. You watch their videos. You analyze their habits. You read their body language. A bowler doesn't just run up blind. The bowler knows the batsman's weaknesses. Does he hate the short ball? Does he panic at the spin? Does he lose patience? Think of Shane Warne. Shane Warne didn't just spin the ball, he spun the mind. He knew what the batsman feared, and he fed that fear, ball after ball, until it broke them. And the batsman too. He studies the bowler, the rhythm, the release, the little twitch in the wrist that gives away the slower ball. So know your enemy. Know yourself. That is how you win before the battle begins. The next thing we need to look at is adaptability, or be like water. Sun Tzu said, just as water shapes its course by the ground it flows upon, so must you adapt to the enemy before you. Cricket is water. The pitch changes, the weather shifts, the crowd roars or falls silent. In Chennai, spin rules. In Perth, the ball climbs like a cobra. In England, the clouds bring swing, and the Duke does the talking. The team that adapts survives. The team that resists perishes. The great captains do not fight the conditions. They use the conditions. They use them. They bend like water. They flow into every crack. That is why adaptability is not a tactic. It is the essence of cricket itself. You look at deception, which is the silent weapon. Sun Tzu declared all warfare is based on deception. Cricket lives on deception. The bowler hides the slower ball. The spinner who turns one sharply, then lets the next skid straight. The fielder plays just out of sight, waiting for the catch that looks impossible was planned all along. Think of Wasim Akram's reverse swing. Batsmen thought they knew the ball until the ball betrayed them. Think of Dhoni's sudden field changes, the trap that looks accidental until the batsman falls straight into it. Deception is not trickery, it is artistry. It is the smile before the ambush, it is the silence before the strike. And in cricket, the deceiver always holds the power. The next thing you need to look at is the patience, the warriors, discipline, patience, patience is very important. Sun Tzu warned, the general who loses his temper on the battlefield is already defeated. Cricket is a slow burn. It is not one in one ball. It is one in many balls. Test cricket, especially in its purest battlefield of patience form, 5 days of waiting, 5 days of traps and more traps, 5 days of discipline, where one rash shot, one careless ball, one emotional outburst will end it all. Rahul Dravid knew this. The wall never rushed, never panicked. He absorbed pressure until pressure broke the bowler. Steve Waugh knew this. He could wait for hours, then punish you in a single moment. Patience is not weakness. Patience is power, waiting for the right time to strike. And cricket belongs to the patient warrior. Leadership is the captain's burden. Sun Tzu said, a leader leads by example, not by force. On the battlefield, the general is the heartbeat of the army. On the pitch, the captain is the heartbeat of the team. Clive Lloyd built an empire not with words, but with calm, commanding presence. Imran Khan lifted Pakistan to the World Cup glory, not because he shouted louder, but because he inspired deeper. A leader in cricket does more than just set fields or choose bowlers. He creates belief. When the scoreboard looks hopeless, when the crowd is silent, when doubt creeps in, the leader stands tall. And by standing tall, he makes his team taller. The captain's courage becomes the team's courage. The captain's clarity becomes the team's clarity. Leadership is not a position. It is a fire that spreads. Now, the main thing to understand is the battlefield of the mind. So what is cricket? It's not just a game of a bat and ball. It is a battlefield of strategy. It's a contest of minds. It is Sun Tzu's wisdom alive on green fields under sun and floodlight. To know the enemy, to be like water, to deceive, to be patient, to lead. That is cricket. This is cricket. This is war without bloodshed. This is the art of war, played in whites under chairs with leather and willow. And the truth remains, the team that thinks deepest, the team that adapts quickest, the team that deceives smartest, the team that waits longest, and the team that leads strongest will always emerge victorious. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to share this podcast and subscribe to my channel. Leave some comments and see you soon from the Edgbaston Cricket Ground. Bye.